Low. Mm. Mm-hmm. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Read. All right, man. I see y'all piling up, man. Let y'all get up in the building, man. See if we get a little crowd up in here tonight. Yeah, we're gonna keep putting it together, man. Let's get it going, man. Let's get it going. Let's get some people up in here, man. The people get in here, man. Get it going, man. Had to get this thing fixed. We in there now. We got 27 people in the building, man. Need little more people over here. Get this straight. Got a robot to put the stuff in the. Man, make sure y'all support Discord too. All right. Make sure y'all do that. And we're gonna keep pushing forward, man. We'll be opening up that chat. All right. See what the family got to say, man. Hey, thumbs out the gate gang. Yeah, man, hit them likes, man. Let them catch that algorithm. It's important. All right. All right, we get off here. See what we at, man. We transfer over here, man. Yeah. Do some pseudo killing tonight, man. Nah, we ain't got enough to start, man. Let's get some people in here, yo. I see you in there, Omar Reed. What's up with you? Late show. What's up, man? Yeah, Rock City, New York. What it do? What it do? Infinite Minds. Jason Northcutt. Yeah, boy, I like the Northcutt. I hear you. Harold Richardson. What's good with you? Miss Tiffany, that guy from Power. Come on, man. Let's get some people up in here, man. Share the show. All right. Share the show. Like the show. Mm-hmm. I gotta share the show, man. Some people in this building, man. Let them catch that algorithm, man. Can't believe, man, y'all calling Deion Sanders, a sellout. I ain't no damn sellout, man. Come on, man. There we go. Watching the man pocket. Funny. Deion ain't no sellout. I know y'all think he is, though. He not, though, yo. Just a black man making a business decision, yo. I can't make that decision unless y'all gonna pay his salary. Keep his generational wealth going. I don't think so. So, nah. Felt like he did what he's supposed to do. He did a great job, man. We can talk about that too. Probably need to put that in the title. You see, let me see something here. Cause that's part of that going. Yeah, y'all can't be calling that man no sellout. Man, no sellout, man. Goodness gracious. All right, what's going on? Channel, wow. Channel acting up on me. Crazy. I don't think he don't sell out. That's just in my mind. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, huh? Nope. What say y'all? Come on, man. We only got 16 likes, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that bell, man. All right, get up in the building, man. What's up, Gary Hart? Rasta man. Rasta man. Rasta man. What's going on? I don't know what's wrong with this thing right here, man. It ain't getting in there, man. That's crazy, yo. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Mm-hmm. Some more people getting up in the chat, man. Sharing the show, man, on social medias, man. Come on, where y'all at? Let's get it going. Oh man, let me put this in the serial killer thing, see if we can get some. You know, we start out a little bit late here. Nope. But we got some clips to clip them up too. I got some crazy people. This is crazy, yo. Let me see. Okay, maybe we should read some threats here. Let's see. Yeah. Let me see. Let's see. All right, so this we're gonna do. Let me see how many we're gonna read. I'm gonna show you what kind of messages I'll be getting in my Facebook thing, yo. Threats I get, yo. Watch this. I'm gonna read this. Shout you out. Armin Tukunk. Now I'm doubling down on you. Since you want to leave messages in my thing, I don't even know you, nigga. Nigga say, let me see. Check the profile. Niggas don't even be knowing. This is wild to me, yo. All right. Let me see. Okay. It's going down. First, Armin Tugunk, whoever the hell that is, lives in Riverdale, Maryland. It's a dope fiend. Let me read this thing he sent to me. Dope fiend. All right, so I guess he's trying to call me a dope fiend, right? All right, let me see here. Just say, nigga, keep my name out your mouth, okay? Heard that. Don't know who the hell you is. Or when you in DC, holler at me face to face. I sure will. Whoever you is, dope fiend, okay? Please test my theory and prove me wrong. Don't know what the hell his theory is. All right. I haven't spoken to any of you in 7 years. What could you tell dude about me? I don't know what he's talking about. So let me read this. Let me see. Maybe I can decipher the codes. It says, replying to Geechee, Pari, and 6 others. Ask about me. I'm a Raw Squad, Team Osiris. My handle is Amatugam, okay? Mr. Ali, PKA, C Rock, Freedom, replying to Gullah, okay, whatever. Let's say, your leader Unc rocks with B the power. You are way out of your league here, son. Go somewhere else and play. We have no time for children and want to be, what? Obstructionist. All right, okay. Oh, that's the guy. What? B? What? So he got a different name? Ali, myself, more. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Whatever threat you was trying to bring, yo, I don't know what the hell you talking about, nigga. I ain't got, no, nigga, I don't even know your name. Just let you know, when y'all send these threatening, I will be reading you out live. I'm gonna read the threats out live for y'all. That's how y'all want to do it. Just let you know, yo, people will actually be threatening, yo. Yeah, he says he's a former kingpin. Nigga, I'm a former kingpin. You better stop playing games. Former kingpin. Yeah, nigga. Funny. Yeah, well, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Whatever you thought you was talking about, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, man. Yeah. Yeah, my kids live in DC. Be there all the time. But how the hell do I find? See, these are the games they play with this believing mind thing, believing brain. Like, he really think that threatening on social media really means something. Like, nobody know you. Like, who are you? Keep your name out. I can barely say Armin Tugunk. Based off what's, yeah, anyway, let me see where we at, man. It should be funny, yo. Stop being in my inbox, man, threatening me, man. But I ain't even gonna block you. I won't see you keep talking. I'm definitely ain't gonna block you. See if I can see if we can meet up or something. 45 in the building. All right. Fly Logic, what's up, man? What's good? Design, man, what it do? James Moderate, what's up with you? Andrew Black. He say, yeah, they is messing up Kyrie money, yo. Yeah, they is. They messed up his money. They really is, man. They really, really is, man. Oh, I ain't even put the link in the daggone thing for the ran across this crazy threatening. Man, why I'll be threatening on social media? Knock it off, man. No, man. I'm gonna definitely let me throw the threat back. Definitely put the button back. Hit him with that two-piece biscuit him real quick. All right. Man. Where the hell I can't even drop the link to the serial killers? Where the hell y'all at, man? Let me do it like that. All right, put that link in there for me. See y'all bluffing tonight, man. All right. So yeah, man, look. I got enough people in here. We ain't look, got a good hour in here, man. I'm opening up this show early tonight. You know, I was over there at the university, Sarnetta University for a minute, man. All right. You know how this YouTube thing work, right? Now I realize it's the titles you put in there, and it ain't even based off your subscribers. Nope, really ain't. It's based off the type of topics you're talking about and whether people click on and want to get to it. All right, so y'all gotta like and subscribe at the bell, man. And man, look, y'all know how we do it, man. Let me get these maps together. We still ain't got enough people in here to get the flow going, but I do want to get some material ready for y'all real fast. It's real clear things that we need to just put real easy, man. What is that? I had a good book on Bible maps, man. Good book on Bible maps, man. Good book about Bible maps. Okay. Working with missionaries, Bruce Paul. All right. So basically, we're gonna see what the world look like to these people telling the story. All right. Okay, and we can go right down the line. Near East. I don't want to actually download no damn map, do I? All right. See if I can get this map up right here for y'all. Get the computer glasses right. Do. That way I gotta get it on the diagram. Sit back off the computer. All right. Boy. Hey man, y'all practice love, not peace out there, man. You hit nobody in their Facebook talking about you a kingpin, ex-kingpin. Stop. Knock it off. Come on, man. That don't mean I ain't gonna watch my back. That don't mean I ain't gonna be ready. Don't mean that. But I'm saying, come on, man. You gotta let the youngers do all that. The youngers ain't even coming at the knowledge. They let you do your thing, yo. The old heads trying to get tough. Imagine that. Knowing damn well he don't want to spend about 50, about my age, 50, 55, you know, damn well he don't be locked up over on some nonsense. Knock it off. All right. I don't even think, nah. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all map. Yeah. Okay. This is how we're gonna start them off, right? First, we know what we're gonna do. All right. We're gonna start with a little geography here. Because it seems that we're actually forgetting about, man, come on, man, hit them likes, man. Come on. What y'all doing? Them likes up, man. Are we almost at the magic number 60, man? All right, we almost there, man. Man, share the show. Tell your friends that we here. You know, Killas on deck, man. All right. What was it? Y'all check that short we did on the House of Consciousness. It's pretty good, man. Yeah. Oh, we're at 61, man. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woohoo, wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Pseudo killers on deck, man. And we come to do, we got to do, and we're going to do, we got to do. We standing tall, we standing strong. Pseudo killers on deck. What's up, family, man? I just wanted to make sure we went live, man. We was over there on, make sure y'all subscribe to Sarnetta's University. We're going to be there jamming, right? That's our new home, right? You know, you got your summer home and your winter home. That's how you do it, right? Gotta have avenues to fight against the pseudos. Y'all know the whole Hebrew thing is out of control, right? They put up the bat signal. I seen it shining, right? They was calling for the pseudo killers. We here. Real Black Atheists, we here, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to that channel, man. So yeah, we bringing this thing right. And I like to read the mission statement, the scientific literacy mission statement. I like to read that. I think that's a good place to start before we get off into the geography. I think this is important. Let's see. I really think it's important. We need to do this. We need to do this. All right, need to start this off right here. Oh man, goodness gracious. Let's get a statement in here real quick. Let's get a statement in here. Let's get a good, powerful statement on what scientific literacy is. Okay. National Science Education. Man, I should seem like it's something I should shine. Scientific literacy. Oh man. Get something here before we get to going, man. Then I'm gonna drop the link early. This one of them early drop the link shows. Don't come in here crazy. Bam, National Science Teaching Association. Hold on. Nah, I need to find a good one. Just give me 1 second. Go to my folder. Hold on, man. Just give me. One second. Man, I don't know why I got this in folder, man. But how y'all doing out there, though, man? I hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend. Yeah. Hope y'all enjoying all the news that's going on. They're moving very, 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 very fast. So let me get to this working definition right here. All right. Hey man, if y'all not, man, y'all need to go ahead and get this master classes, man. All right. Hold on, man. All right. Okay, so we right here. All right. I'm gonna use this, man. I like to use this all the time, man. Probably cost you about $300 to be a part of this, man. Um, 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 so watch this. What is scientific literacy? Scientific literacy refers to ability to peruse through scientific information and understand it. Furthermore, it can entail the knowledge necessary to conduct experiments, hypothesize about new data, and think critically about the wider world. See, this is the issue right here. We're not thinking critical about the wider world. We like in this little, we looking through it like this, right? Them blinders, you can't see the world critically. All you see is what you know. All you see is what you know. All you see is what, yeah, all you see is what you know. So as you expand what you know, you see more. That was good. Yeah, all you see is what you know. I call it the blinders. Look, at a very early age, every elementary student receives exposure to scientific concepts in the interest of building this sort of literacy. How many of us really paid attention to it? I don't think it was put in its right context. For me, it would have been great to know that when we talk about science, we talk about learning about the natural world. And you would have to have a science teacher with enough heart to say, when you go to church and talk about when you're in your religious world, you're talking about your spiritual world, your supernatural world, and then give us a dictionary to look up the two terms and let you rock right there. I don't think you can bash somebody's religion in school, but you can surely, I know in the homeschool programming, it gave you the nuts and bolts of everything. And I think that was valuable. Concepts, building sort of literacy. It says schools follow natural science education standards to bring the next generation up to speed on everything from physics to chemistry to the broader life and social sciences. Certain scientific authorities lament what they see as lower standards of scientific literacy throughout contemporary society. They insist we need education reform to ensure the general public can better learn to see the world through a scientific oriented lens. It's important because the world you're in is a natural world. All right. The importance of scientific literacy. Scientific literacy enables you to understand why things are the way they are. Becoming science literate persons can lead to or contribute to what? A greater impetus to act on important issues. This is where the rubber meets the road, y'all. See what I'm saying? This is where the rubber meets the road. I hate to say it, I've been saying it. You know, I get petty. I told you so. I gotta be petty. I told you so. Look, a greater impetus to act on important issues. Science literacy, scientifically literate citizens are more likely to act when science indicates a crisis on the horizon. Yo, y'all listen to Rizza Islam, yo, they run you off the bridge. The importance of scientific literacy, once again. Okay, it says a greater impetus to act on important issues. Scientifically literate citizens, and you are citizens, where you want to act like you're not, but you are more likely to act when science indicates a crisis is on the horizon. Global warming, pandemic, running all those stop signs. Scientific issues often become political, okay, and ethical issues drifting out of the lab or classrooms into the real world. Science teachers help their students identify issues like these, as well as propose ways they can act and solve them. A greater understanding of the world. From elementary to high school science and beyond. teachers do their best to explain the wonders of the natural world to their students. I don't know what school. I thought I went to a good school, Falstaff, cross country. Baltimore stand up, Baltimore in the building. If you're from Baltimore, hit the one in the building, man. Hit a one, right? Because I swear I ain't get that connection. Maybe I wasn't listening. I thought I was listening. Was y'all listening? I never made that connection between the difference between science and religion. Okay, you can really talk about religion in school, but somebody would have had to say to wake us up. Well, you know, there's creation stories and there's the creation of the universe, two separate things. Maybe that's the way they would have had to say that. Okay, where am I? Right here. Scientific knowledge expands your ability to grasp mysteries you previously thought of as incurable and unsolvable. Oh, that's a mystery. We don't know how man got here, or we don't know how man came to be. You hear people say this all the time. Well, we don't know how large the universe is. We don't know. We don't know how far the sun is from Earth. We don't know that. That's a mystery to you, right? But the scientific literacy would help you solve that. Or the Earth is flat. Yeah. Improve critical thinking skills. I think this is a big one right here, y'all. Improved critical thinking skills. Science learning allows you to hone your critical thinking skills in a way that can apply to a vast array of other arenas in your life. See, Kyrie Irving, if he'd had scientific literacy, he had about an extra 150 mil right now. He still have that Nike contract right now. That's all it was. Yeah, it's no more than that. There's a political portion to it that got his ass in trouble. But if he'd have had scientific literacy, he would have understood that he was actually promoting a myth and trying to take somebody else's myth from him. He would have had enough sense to know that if you're going to practice being a Hebrew or being a Jew, then just practice it. And then use your religion to your advantage. He would have known that. He wouldn't have promoted no crazy, half put together, nitwit, crazy Hebrew nonsense. He wouldn't have did that to himself. Right, there's a lot of Black people that practice being Jewish or practice being Hebrew, and the word Jew is an ancient word. I'll bludgeon you if you think it's not. Right? So scientific literacy would have definitely saved that man millions. Scientific literacy would have saved a lot of Black lives during the pandemic. That's basic. Okay, let me see. It says, as you comb through scientific evidence and access data, you train yourself to think objectively. Hey man, we're gonna take them herbs and eat them. They're going drink the goat milk, chicken noodle soup. Remember the dude came over here talking about the goat soup? We was like, what? Yeah, the goat soup cured my coronavirus. I was like, yo, really? Core competence like these have far-reaching benefits on your general decision-making capabilities. See, we can read all the religious material we want, and it won't cover none of this. Man, boy, I tell you. How to improve your scientific literacy. Subscribe to the Pseudo Killas. Subscribe to the Real Black Atheists on Fire. Subscribe to Sarnetta University. Subscribe to the House of Consciousness. I'm gonna stop right there. More science literate a society becomes. Let me put that, watch this. More science literate the African American community becomes, the better equipped it is to meet the challenges of the contemporary world. Consider these ways to improve the public understanding of science, combat misinformation. Hold on, I ain't even sharing my. Yeah, man. Yeah, I want y'all to get this. And if y'all got the $300, y'all can be a part of this. Man, go ahead, man. Put your iPhones up there, man. If you technically sound, if you tech literate right there, go ahead and put that up there, man. Yeah, get that. Put that in the pseudo killer folder, man. Go get that, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Make sure y'all Mars, man, put the serve in there, man. Y'all jump the serve, man. We having classes all the time in that, man. I'm gonna shout out to all the pseudo killers. Man, this is the more the science literate African American society becomes, the better equipped it is to meet the challenges of the contemporary world. Contemporary world, the world is going on now. The history is over with, right? That's in the past. All right, we look to the past to understand where we at and how we got here. We look to the future to know where the hell we going at. We get it. You gotta have some understanding of your past to understand your present, to understand the future. We get it. But don't let that past become a weight. I can tell you the different levels of the shit weighing you down. One, the white man's the devil. Okay. What's new? What does that have to do with anything? That's a character in the biblical text. Are you just, why don't you just say it? Why don't you just say, well, there's certain behaviors that was exhibited by these groups of people, name the groups of people, okay, that enslaved you. Give the reasons why. Talk about that. Talk about the role that everything played in it. And make sure you're not in a situation. Right. But don't let it be a way. Oh, I ain't gonna test a white man minister. Oh, I ain't driving like that's a white man car. You don't never say you ain't driving a white man car. You got to be tripping to really do that. You already tripping, but you really got to be tripping to do that. Why ain't we eat that white man food? I'm gonna get some land and grow some food, and then go get some seeds. You know they be poisoning them seeds. You know. Let me stop. Here we go. Say, consider these ways to improve the understanding of science. This is what we're doing, man. We're going to use science to combat the misinformation that the Hebrews are bringing. This is easy. Ooh, we're going to get them with that geography. It say combat misinformation. Science education is essential to combating misinformation. Unless people know how to vet sources. Man, we on top of this, man. Unless people know how to vet sources of information, they're more prone to take untrue or science literate altered. Oh man, what? Wow, my dad going shoot. They're gonna thing without. Hold on. But this is good. Come on now. Oh man. All right. Okay. Unless people know how to vet source information, they're more prone to take untrue or science literate alternatives at face value. Oh man, the earth is flat. Whoa, ain't no gravity. Man, they're not taking, man, come on, man. That's crazy, but you would have to be scientifically literate to know that, yo. That's why we show them, we try to show them love, right? And we understand what they thinking is. Like Kyrie, like we get where you at, Kyrie. We all went through that. We just didn't have 200 million on the line, dog. So you know what I'm saying? We have empathy for him, right? We have empathy for the brothers running around supporting the misinformation thing. We do have empathy for that because we got a hell of a tool. Science is undefeated. So I can beat and bang on the Hebrews all day long. They're going to be, I'm going to shake that tree. And they're going to be Hebrews to get out of that, because I'm going to arm them with what? Right? With understanding sources, so they can take stuff at face value. It says this has led to people outright denying the reality of climate change and global warming, as well as, look at this, refusing to take life-saving vaccines. Dude, why would you want to be in that bunch? You talking about life-saving vaccines, and people can't figure that out. Why can't they figure it out? Because they don't know how to vet sources. I'm talking about something very simple. It take you watching one of these shows and say, yo, I'm gonna challenge him for real, and start looking the stuff up, yo. Like saying Fauci is the devil, that ain't enough to beat no source. Look up Fauci, look at this track record. Really, look at real, genuine sources on who Fauci was, right? Then you're gonna realize that you would never put a Rizza Islam in the same category as Fauci, yo. He's like the 25th, like as far as like top level, he like 25 out of virologists. Like 1 million virologists in the world, and he ranks in 25. Come on, dude. Rizza Islam ain't on the ranking, man. He's considered to be part of the disinformation campaign, and he's a liar. How do we know that Rizza Islam is a liar? We know that Rizza Islam is a liar because we're so scientifically literate and we vet sources that we know every time Rizza Islam pulls out the CDC, we know he's lying. How do we know he's lying? Because the CDC absolutely understands, right, scientific literature. They have their own scientists. The government has scientists, the CDC has scientists, and you got private scientists. Because the European community, right, they want to have science, right, apart from the government, meaning they want to, you have private institutions that promote scientific literacy and promote science. You know that thing that Nation of Islam talk about, right? That they can't seem to do? We need our own scientists. When you don't got your own scientists. So until you get your own scientists, you got to follow science. Yes, we have independent, I can bring up books that are independently tested vaccines. This is what valuable communities do. You can tap into that. Right? So yeah, so every time Rizza Islam, right, brings out the CDC, we know he's lying, and we know he can't read. Every time he posts a TikTok video reading half the shit, we know he's a liar, because no credible organization like the CDC, right, would actually promote anti-vaccine material. It must mean that, dude, you can't read, dude, you don't understand. That's it means nothing more than that, y'all. And that's his go-to. Imagine if the CDC is your go-to for information and you're an anti-vaxxer, you're a real clown. You funny. If the Bible is your go-to and you talking about the slave ships in America in the 1600s, you're clowning. Because we know the Bible was set in a certain time period. All you gotta do is read the doc. Anyway. So we right here. Life-changing vaccines. Demonstrate the real world. It's a demonstrate the real world value. People are more likely to achieve scientific literacy when they see it as what? Pragmatic value. I hope I said that right. I did. I did say it right. Looking it up.
Pragmatic.
Said it right. Dealing with things sensibly and realistically in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical consideration. Yeah. All right. Boop. Yeah, use your tools. It ain't hard. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. Show students how an increased understanding of science can boost economic productivity. Who knew? Who? Economic, so you mean to tell me economic productivity is tied to you being scientifically literate? Now that's something everybody should be able to go for, man. Yeah, man, I guarantee you, man, when you these people, the majority of people that aren't really scientifically literate, let's talk about in the conscious community. They're, you be selling incense and the yoni beads, the crystals. Actually, the only people to benefit that is the people with the website selling this stuff. But the people who's buying this stuff is definitely anti-science, just in the very nature of misrepresenting what a rock is, crystals. And you're not boasting your economic productivity at all. You're actually taking away from it. Only person can make some money is the person selling that nonsense. But who knew that what? Increased understanding of science can boost economic productivity, increase personal well-being, man, improve professional development, and have a positive general impact on their everyday lives. Is this not why we're here? To have impact on the lives of our brothers and sisters? Are we not our brothers and sisters teachers, right? Are we not our brothers and sisters keepers? That's what we, right? That was the Black Power message, right? Specify needed skills. Take a wide angle view, right? What else? I ain't reading all that. How to evaluate scientific literacy. Man, this is a great thing right here, man. We're going to get up out of here, man. But I want y'all once again, we'll get that. Yeah, that's interesting, man. Let me give out the link, man. That's really, really interesting, man. We only at 100. Almost at 100, man. Go ahead, like me. We got to get these likes up, man. How many likes we got? So we get that album. We got 66. Come on, man. Come on, man. Believe in brain, man. Come on. Masterclass show. That's a masterclass article, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I actually belong to it. Serious work in there, man. Yep. Yeah, we just trying to penetrate the mystery, yo. The mystery of how shit work around us. That's all we doing, man. We trying to demystify the shit. That's all we doing, man. We ain't doing nothing groundbreaking for real. Everything is good. Everything is good, man. Let me put the thing in there. Everything is good. All right. Then we're gonna start throwing some of the maps at them, yo. We're gonna do it the easy way. We're gonna walk them real slow. You know it's easy, whatchamacallit and them be anti-scientific. Whatchamacallit. Making up shit. Yeah, I mean, blase, and them. You know what I mean? It hit them likes though. Yeah, whatchamacallit them, yo, they be talking crazy, yo. Whatchamacallit and them. Misinformation all day. Anti-science don't even know it all day. Was acting like they was something. Blase, and them. All right, let me, boy, I tell you. Drop this for the people real quick, man. Get up here, man. Join your brother, man. We'll get into these maps, man. Get into these maps, man. Get into these maps. Oh, I can't even. Right, come on, man, get these likes up, man, so we can start hitting these maps. We want to crack down 100 tonight. Let's go. Get them likes up. Pin this up there. Somebody hit that link. I'm gonna pin that. There you go. Yeah. That's Gina A. Wow, Gina A. It says, I understand. He's not even talking. He's talking about phi logic. I understand what you're saying. That's cool. But I believe everything has energy, and that's cool too. To each their own. Yeah, he said they believe it. They don't know. They believe in that. Everything has energy. Yeah, to each his own. Well, we're gonna learn. We're gonna have a conversation around energy, what it is, right? So when I push this computer, I'm actually transferring my energy, see, into the computer. I push it, right? Let's get them likes, man. Let's get them likes. And where is the day going? A second, Joe. What is the day going? Man. Yeah, I gotta plug the thing up. Plug this thing up right there. Thing that ran out on. All right, see y'all coming in. Coming in the building, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Good thing. Good thing. I see you, Pseudo Killer Official. Mr. Cedric, how you doing, brother?
Peace, God Killer. I want to say Yahweh Shah, Dahawa Shah, Shalom Shah, Akashama Shah. Yahweh Shah, Hamma Shah.
Humna. Salami and bacon.
Man.
Oh man, we walked from Israel all the way to West Africa, yo.
And we got on the boat and we came over here and we lost it and we forgot it. And then all of a sudden we remembered, and the Tahinos who were over here all the time, never been to Israel, they are Jews. And the Haitians are a different people than the Dominicans, and the Jamaicans are a different group than the North Americans, but we ain't African. Whoa.
Then we Native Americans too.
Oh yeah. No, don't forget those. Want to take a genetic test? No, we got bloodlines like dogs. They bred like dogs, so they got bloodline.
Hey.
Straight out the Congo. I'm
shout
all
out
right.
to James. James, slow down. Let me introduce you properly, sir. This man owns a fleet of something. I don't know what it is. He tell me I'm telling his business, but he told us he owns a fleet, but and he's very, very literate when it comes to aviation, right? And so he's going to be, right there, the head, right, or that monster when we deal with that flat earth. And so eloquent. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you switch. I don't know how you tether back and forth from pseudo to, I don't know how you do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you master that art. It's a hell of an art you got going there, bro. You know, do you fly your plane upside down? Let me stop. What I will tell you is though, you know what the hell you talking about when it comes to this thing, this aviation thing.
Sure.
This thing about flying, the shape of the earth, you get it because you fly, right? And you know that whole thing is orientated to having an earth that's not flat. So for the earth to be flat, they would have to teach that in aviation school. For it to be a plane, an endless plane, right? They would have to teach that, right? So yeah, you know, glad to have you on that for that mission right there. And we going in, yo, we're gonna go to different channels, man. Gonna set that schedule up, yo, and we're just gonna get our community rid of that European craziness, because that's exactly what that is. I don't know how it eased over.
How does these AirPods sound? You can hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Okay, yeah, I just needed a mic check, that's all. Yeah, continue on.
Yeah, so, you know, we clean up the division. It's just that simple. You know, they skirted back out of their little holes again. You know what I mean? The Hebrews just skirted back out and they got a lucky tweet. That's crazy. You get a lucky tweet by another pseudo with some money, and now that's the thing, right? The dude that was making the nonsense, lucky, right? Lucky. That's okay. You know, he was prepared for that luckiness. He got the material out there. So what that shows me is, you know, we coming close. We right there in the game, because it's like a magnet, yo. If you pull the Hebrews out in the front, become popularized, yo, then you got to come. Then you're gonna pull what come behind it. What come behind it, yo? Pseudo killers.
Pseudo killers.
Real
Makes
information.
sense.
Yep. So I mean, so you know, I'm you know, hey, I'm not mad. I just know what we gotta do. This, y'all see me revving it up. You know, now we got a couple places to play now, right? Reggie got about maybe 190,000 subscribers. Son of the University got about 12,000. We over 2,000 here, close to 3,000 in the Real Black Atheist, man. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to the Real Black Atheist on Fire. The Mars, make sure y'all put that in there, man. I'm not playing with these dudes, right? We're not playing this game, man. Shout out to Anthony, man. Space Age African, man. Man, join our astronomy club. All right, what's up? What's up, brother Anthony, with the high power telescope? What's up with you?
Peace to you, my brother. What's happening with y'all?
Who won the game? Who won the game? Is the game over with yet?
Nah, man, we beating the brakes off them boy, man.
Can't
Ain't no
stand
country.
I can't stand the Cowboys, man.
But yeah, peace. I just want to say peace to everybody. Everybody out in the chat. Peace, peace.
Yeah.
I hear you rocking, my brother. Keep it going.
So I'm gonna put up this first map, right? Here's the first map. And oh man, where's the map?
What's
What's going on? I see you.
I was, in cyberspace, man, and then I just so happened to come across your channel and say, "What Hebrews is going wild? What they doing, man?"
Don't worry about it. Stay easy for a minute. Relax yourself. Chill.
Yeah.
You sound like you outside.
I heard they dancing,
man.
bro.
I'm outside, man.
You outside, yo?
I don't smoke inside the house,
Man,
I
that's
do
good.
that.
You shouldn't smoke, period.
Yes, this is medical marijuana. See?
Oh, so you got
We heard the Hebrews are dancing, bro.
dancing, dance machine, got to get down, got to get down.
I come over here for the smoke.
Dance machine.
You
know
can
what
stay
I'm
on
saying,
here. You got to bunk dance a little bit over here too.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna give you the table of nations right here. All right. And we're gonna use geography to defeat them. So they're done. At this point, they're done. Right? The game is really over with. Now, if we're using their mindset, okay, let me make this a little bigger here. Let me get this out of the way. If we're going to use their mindset, okay, Then, all right, let me see how I look in the thing. Let's use their mindset for a minute. All right.
Slow down 1 second, just let me interject before you continue on. The last time we spoke about the bald eagle and eagle being used as a symbol of power, you see, you and my esteemed brother, both of you and my esteemed brother, Casual Smash Rockwell, seem to claim that it originated in Egypt. The eagle is a power symbol. I just wanted to correct the record.
I never said that. Stop.
No, well, I didn't want you to dip in and out of pseudo.
No, I never said that. I never
leave
said
that to leave that for your perception. I don't want you to actually dip in and out of pseudo, because that's for millennium BC Mesopotamia.
Haru is a hawk, bro. I said that.
Clear that up. I just want to clear my record.
All right,
because I'm undefeated so far, on any counterpoints.
Not a problem. Not a problem. How you doing, Sister Kava in the building? That's the Queen Mother. That's the Queen Mother of the kingdom. So here we go right here. So we have, right, you got Ham, right? This would be Ham's world, right? Remember, over here, somewhere over here in Turkey, right? Flood happened over here and flooded. And remember, Ham went in here, created what? Egypt and all that, all this, right? That's Africa, right? Okay. And over here it's supposed to be
Shem. Slow your cursor down a little bit so we can follow you, family. Please and thank you.
Yeah, so this is Shem world. Y'all can read Shem. That's Shem's world. Right? This is according to the biblical. You naming all the tribes. All right. Then you got Japhet. Okay. So you got the Amorites, what's the Jebusites, all the sites. I don't know how the Hittites got there. The Hittites with me. I don't know why they put
lead them right there. Lead them right there.
All right, Canaanites, right?
Yep.
Jephthhites, all right, Gumar. All right, these supposed to be your Indo-Europeans. Caspian Sea, Black Sea. All right, so this is it. Let's just say this is what this is. Who
publishes the map? Is this map an excerpt from the book Eyebrows to
No, it's just a map. These are places mentioned in the biblical world. So this is the world right here. I'm letting y'all know that this is the only world that's mentioned in the Hebrew text. You see how much of the world is missing. I think you need to know geography. This is the Red Sea. This is the part they supposed to split and walk through, whatever. Okay.
That's the only world that mattered back then, huh? Cush and Egypt and Mesopotamia and all that. I mean, North America wasn't involved. So the world that they're talking about in the Bible is the world around them. We know this. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. So I just want the African-American community to know what the world was. This is the only world they was talking about. Judah confirms it. This is the only world that mattered. So go tell them cities that was in Mesoamerica, millions of people during this time, with structures. You know what I mean? 3,500 BC, they got structures, right? They're not true pyramids, but they got them. Cities, now let's just forget about, they don't count. I get it. What about Australia? Them people, they don't count neither. Nope. None of that. You got a lot of people everywhere. But the point I want to make here, and it needs to be noted, that this is the biblical world. And I'm going to tell you right now, they wasn't going all the way down here in Nubia. They ain't no stop it. All this up here, up in the Delta, is what they talk about in the biblical text. Right? This is important. Okay, so this is that's it. Now we know that there's no West Africa in here, right? There's no South African, there's no Central Africa in here, right? But that's, so I'm fine with that. This is part of their custom tradition, and this is part of their, what we would say, custom, tradition, folklore. That's okay. But African Americans, okay, that know they came over here on boats, because they admit it. They just say it was some boats, God prophesies it or whatever. That's cool. You can do whatever you want to do, right? That's on you. But your prophecy is just that, your prophecy, having nothing to do with the rest of the world, because it was talking about this world. See the Mediterranean? This is where a lot of the slaves were shipped back and forth to these different areas. Persian Gulf, all that, you know what I mean? Sidebar note, during the Ice Age, right? This Persian Gulf, these areas are shrunk. Why? Because a lot of the waters is sucked up in the ice caps. All right. So people live around these areas. Okay. And when the ice start to melt, when we get out the ice, the glacial stages, right? These waters return and they flood these people out.
Hey, this is a good lesson, but you kind of skipped past the Kush people, and you said that they didn't. The Bible
Airball,
didn't.
Easy, man. Let my
Okay.
man do his thing.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying, but he said the Kushites is not in the Bible. I'm trying to figure that part out.
I didn't say the Kushites in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
No, Kushites is in the Bible, but I don't think.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say Jeremiah 13:23 is a notable for the explicit reference to conspicuous character of the Cushite skin in Isaiah 18:2 describes the Cushites as tall and smooth. The latter adjective believed to describe the Asiatic, I can't pronounce this one, Athisiac appeal to their skinny black skin, shiny black skin. And that word I can't pronounce is AESTHETIC. Somebody help me with that one.
I'm not helping, Jeremiah. Cut me off again here.
Okay, but I'm just saying, go ahead, man. But you can't be doing that, man. About the Bible.
We can't help you, man.
Cut me off again.
Go ahead, man.
One more time. My day. The black hole is opened up. It's coming. So terms like Mizraim, there's no record of people in the Nile Valley referring to themselves as that. Simple. The Cushites, I don't know that they don't call themselves Cushites. Right? So once again, this is their world. So in your world, you're going to be what? You're going to be God's chosen people. Of course, because it's your world.
Right. I ain't mad at that.
Right. Me neither. But African Americans need to know that your world was bigger than this world. That's what we need to know. That knock it off, calm down, breathe. Geography saves the day. It's not hard. This is a very simple lesson. It's right there for you to see. They didn't know about, like Jeremiah Judah, like his name say, ain't nobody else mattered. Right. That's a good lesson to learn. Nobody else mattered.
I said at that time, that was their world that they were talking about.
Of course.
Now the people over in Mesoamerica, what they was doing, they was writing down stuff in their world.
Right.
You see?
I agree. Totally.
So I'm trying to figure out what's the point of this.
The point is, we don't want to get construed that the Hebrews, nor did God know the rest of the world. We want to make that point clear. Because if God would have knew about that world, he would have wrote about it. We want to make that clear that he was only talking about this world because it's their world. They know nothing about other worlds. Simple. Because it was talked about. Had no power over the rest of the worlds, obviously, because everybody had different deity, right? So we know that, and we get it, and really on some real black atheist style, right?
You can't say deity and atheist the same.
We already know for sure, without reason, that human beings, early religion, because we study these books. Every time I show you a book, get the damn book, right? How religion evolved. So Judaism represents an evolving of religions. So early humans, Homo Neanderthals, Homo erectus, right? They early Homo sapiens, they worship the things in their world. Okay, so if you lived on a river and your source of subsistence came from the river, like what would you worship? You would worship the damn river. You get water. Without water, you're dying in 3 days. You can go days without eating food, but not drink no water. Your ass is grass. So we're going to worship the water. We want the fish. We're going to give significance to fish.
No.
JJ from, is
Jeremiah,
is that the world JJ from?
Let
Why
me
he keep cutting in this world?
Let me respond to that about the fish.
Jeremiah.
The fish.
I
Listen,
don't
brother.
actually put you.
Okay, I just let me know when I can come in off your.
No,
bill.
I'm gonna get you out.
You remember when I was on Sarnet and I was trying to do my bill and I told you to hang out and you kept cutting in, but I let you talk. I know you feel the information, man.
You was on where?
All right. No, because you trying to run past Kush.
I don't want to remove you. I'm gonna put you in the black hole though, but I can't figure it out. Hide non-video.
You can't figure it out. Right, I'm gonna be quiet, man. I'm gonna be quiet. Let me know when I get 2 minutes, all right? Then I'm gonna cut
I don't want to kill you, bro.
Yeah.
Capable of being quiet, actually.
Yeah,
so I just want the brothers and sisters in the chat to know that geography rules the day when you're talking about human beings, and the Bible very eloquently lets you know what they're talking about. So to them, during that time, 6th century BC, right? That's what they thought the world was. Simple as that. All that googly gosh, the whole world, but didn't know about the whole world. Nobody knew about other areas. Nobody knew about Australia. Nobody knew about none of that. South Africa, Pygmy Twas, they didn't know. West Africa out the game. They didn't know. Central, they didn't know. Asia, the Chinese, they didn't know. But that's okay. So please, using scientific literacy, using geography, please stop applying your 2022 idea of the world on them. It would be ridiculous. And not to mention, what they really want to do is they want to have you spooked out. Well, what's the spooked outness in this conversation? The spooked outness is there's some kind of God of the Hebrew making, because it's a Hebrew God, that some kind of way could read and know that in the 1600s that their people will be taken up in boats and brought to North America. So God is telling you, so they say, about a land that don't nobody know about, not even God, and that's where they're going to end up at. We call that tomfoolery. That's the spooked outness. That's the they can't get past that.
Okay, since I'm on the Hebrew Israelite on here, can I respond?
Hold your horses.
And they don't seem to realize that this all-knowing God only knows about this small area. This is a testament to this book having nothing to do with any supernatural force and just a product of men who understood that to be the totality of their world.
Okay, can I join in?
To this question, what makes you think you're from that world?
Okay, brother, can I speak? I mean, don't ask me a question. I want to join in with the conversation, brother. Don't try to sidetrack. Because this
you
is
don't
a
want
Hebrew.
No questions.
No, let me just get this off, and then you can ask me 20 questions when 7,000 get done teaching real quick. All right. Now, because this is a Bible discussion, so you got to have somebody that's qualified to speak about it, not an atheist.
Discussion, man. This is a pseudo.
That makes no sense at all.
We're about to cut your throat.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be some weed, because 7,000 it take an army. Now watch this. All right. No, Uncas came in front of the people and said that the world is only dealing with such and such area, and it don't deal with Kush. All right, so
Stop.
The Bible is clear that Kush, brother, has some discipline.
I'm gonna stop you. You're not gonna create a straw man on this channel and argue it down. At no point in time did Ankh say anything of the sort. So no, you're not gonna do that. You're either correct the statement or I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay, whatever you felt that disrespected you in any type of way, I apologize. Now let me read what I want to read real quick, bro. I'm gonna get out your way.
Straw man, Ankh's
this ain't no straw man. We're talking about what he's talking about. You said Kush wasn't a part of it. Let me school you.
No,
what you scared
Kush
of?
is on
you
the
know
map.
nothing about the.
Kush is on the map.
It's on the map.
It is clear that Kush,
on the map.
like
so
Israel, also
experienced
Yah's salvation from beyond the rivers of Kush. Shut your ass up, my worshipers. Dispersed One shall bring my offering. That's in Zechariah 3 and 10. Cush shall make haste to stretch out his hands in offering to God. The Most High God was everybody God before it was Israel. You idiots. Now let me keep reading.
No,
Let me
no,
keep
stop,
reading. Now you
stop,
don't know
stop,
shit about
stop.
Listen,
the
wait,
Bible.
wait, 1 second.
Shut
No,
your
but
ass
the
up
idiot, you got
and
to
get
take a pause
schooled.
after the
You
idiot.
niggas run
Come
your
on
mouth
now.
about
Wait.
Israel, and now
Hey,
you want me to yell
whoa,
at your
whoa.
slow
Hey,
asses.
hold on.
Stick to science.
Wait.
Now
Hey,
let me
Judah.
finish my
Hey,
scripture.
Judah. Hold on,
Stick to
Judah.
science, you
Judah.
goddamn idiots.
Judah. Okay.
Now be quiet.
Okay.
Be quiet. Now you want to learn? You come over
No,
here
no, no,
complaining. Let
no,
me
no,
teach you
no,
about.
no, no. No, stop. Just stop.
That black hole is powerful.
Go.
Idiots. We're not calling names. He was close to getting cussed out. I don't want to cuss him out because I will do it. I will definitely cuss Jude up, but I'm not going to do it. Right? He's in the black hole for a minute. Let him permeate through the cosmos for a minute. We're not idiots. We're learning over here. Right? There's a lot of names we could call them. We got the most powerful tool that human beings have created to understand the natural world. And we're not allowing other people to use it, and we not partake upon it. Whether you're religious or not, whether you think you believe in God, whatever, right? We're not playing that game, all right? So, let me see. Okay. All right, time machine, time travel around this motherfucker. Judah. Let you back in, Judah, if you ain't gone.
Nice.
Mr. Rich, how you doing, man? That black hole ain't no joke, yo. The black African power there. How you doing, Mr. Rich? What's going on, brother?
Hey, yo, Black African power, man. Everybody in the, in the panel, everything is good. I'm just waiting my turn, yo. You good to go.
Okay. So we're gonna see. Let's see. All right, we're gonna pull up a source here and see what they're talking about. See if this is this. Let's see what Kush really. Let's see. It's right there for us. We don't gotta make nothing up. Nope, never did had to. That's why they in trouble, because they gotta make shit up. That's the problem.
When I hold him and you hit him.
Beat him with that stick.
Hold that Hebrew.
Okay, so we come right here, share the screen, right? All right, and we're just gonna see. So let's say right here, Kush or Kush, Hebrew pronunciation. First of all, Kush Bible. Why would they put that there? Because it's a biblical term. Okay, and according to the Hebrew Bible, was the oldest son of Ham. See, and grandson of Noah. He was the brother of Mizraim. No record of anybody called Mizraim, right? No Egyptian concept of Mizraim. See, is the Hebrew, an Aramaic name for the land of Egypt. All right, with the dual suffix, perhaps referring to the two Egypts, upper Egypt and lower Egypt, perhaps. Mizraim is the dual form of Medzor, meaning mound or fortress. The name of a people descended from Ham. No African people descended from Ham. That's the biblical narrative. No African American descended from Ham. That's folklore and mythology of a Hebrew Jewish people and their story. Their story talks about where they came from, having absolutely nothing to do where you came from. All indigenous tribes have the inalienable right to create their own ideas and concepts, deified ancestors. That's all Yahweh is a deified ancestor. But have to be. Let's do a thought experiment real quick.
Now, will you accept scientific literacy as your Lord and Savior?
See, I can't listen to him, man. Some people just can't listen to him.
James.
Man. So, all right. Let me say this. I need to keep running over these things. I want everybody right now, while we having this conversation, I want all y'all to have a conversation with one of your, it could be one of your passed on ancestors or one of your living progenitors. Your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle. Right now, pick one, pick your favorite. And while we're having this show, I want you to have a conversation with them. While we're having this show, you can multitask on this, trust me. Right now, everybody, come on. All right, I'm gonna give you, we're gonna count to 10. I want y'all to have this conversation when I want you to look them right in their face and I want you to tell them, oh, I love you, right? Yeah, tell them I care about you, right? And look forward to seeing you. Appreciate everything you did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I talked to Barack Obama. I was like, dog, yo, tell them people's, man, that you got a white mother, man, a black dad, yo. He looked at me and laughed, right? So watch this, man. I'm certain and I'm absolutely sure that all of y'all was able to do what I just said and had no problem with it. That's a skill, right, that your brain has evolved to be able to do. So if right now during the show, you can actually see the people you're talking to, you can actually move that one click up. That's one step from God, right? So of course you can have a conversation with God. And of course, you can have a conversation with your dead ancestors, just like you just did. Of course you can. And early humans did the same thing we just did, but they did fight it.
Unc, I have a 5-year-old, and she sits and plays by herself. And sometimes I just sit back and observe her having a conversation with 2 and 3 other people while she's playing by herself. She's 5 years old. The power of imagination. She can distinguish these characters in her mind, and it is one of the traits that make us human, next to empathy. I can actually feel what you feel. I can see you get your ankle twisted and know how that pain is. Actually create that sensation. These are all aspects of the human mind, which allows us to create these gods. Our imaginary friend.
You imagine, you don't even have to teach your kids that. They all can have imaginary friends. You don't even have to teach them, they could do it. So all you gotta do is change that imaginary friend to God. And see, what y'all don't understand is, as human beings, right, that gives us comfort, right? Imagine the comfort you have, right? Imagine the peace you feel when you talk to your dead mother. So, I sit back and think about my mother, man, and think about the things she did and all the shit she had to go through dealing with me at times, right? How I went from, a great kid, and it can happen in a twinkle in the eye, bop, all of a sudden end up making my own decisions, doing all kinds of shit, right? But imagine the peace I feel, when I think about her, when I see her, right? Like the fact that I can see my mother right now, it brings some comfort to me, man. That's comfort. So imagine people overrunning the stop signs, right, and talking to God. It's the same thing. So really, me being able to see my mother, talk to my mother, right, and religion co-opting that in the form of a God, right, that's a byproduct of the believing brain. For me to be able to see my mother, it's a byproduct of the believing brain. And religions co-opt that and make that a God. So that's why people can talk to God. I seen God. That's what Deion Sanders said. Deion Sanders said he left the college he was at because God told him, time to leave, son. That's when I knew he was on some bullshit. Come on, dog. Like, why you do that? Like, I was with him because he said a lot of powerful things. He talked about African Americans aren't only in black colleges. They make up 70% of the people playing college football. You say, so everywhere I go, I'll be able to talk to African American kids. And I could respect that. But as soon as he started to fake out with the old God told me to move on, I was like, he's going at that bag, he tripping. And I understood that he had other things in planned, right? I appreciate the way he put black colleges on the map. And see, so if black people have this savior complex, and I'm gonna make this point, right? I know I'm straying away from this point, right? I went from talking about the believing brain, but I want to say this. We have a savior complex. So Deion Sanders becomes a savior, meaning nobody after him going to do the same thing, when in truth, what he did was he laid down a model. He put a spotlight on these schools. He really said, yo, you supposed to be striving for excellence. Black athletes that went to these schools are supposed to be giving back and striving for excellence. When I say striving for excellence, upgrade your buildings. When you look good, you feel good. Get the high level contracts, force them to look at you and put you on TV. That's what he did. He built a model for the black colleges and universities to follow. He didn't build that for you to say, oh, he's gone now. Start hating on him. Oh, he's gone, we can't do it. No, he gave y'all the blueprint. And he gave them the connect to continue to build power, right? In this thing, HBCUs, have you said. That's powerful what that man did. But having the savior complex, right? He came to save that one university. Now everybody's mad. He's a sellout. He's not actually a sellout. He has a right to move his career. His work was finished there. That he did that. Like they fire a lot of head coaches, black coaches in the college rank, ain't a lot of coaches. So it's his job to get you to one of those programs where he can actually compete with the big boys down, because he wasn't able to do it right there. Although they won the WAC twice and then lost in the national championship for that level, right? He knew that he couldn't compete with those powerhouse conferences because of the size and weight of the offensive and defensive line. The skilled players, he had it, but he didn't have them big. See, it's hard to get 6'5", 6'7", 6'6", 6'3", 6'4", 300-pound college boys. Ain't a lot of them floating around, athletically moving around. And that's what he needed to compete at the next level. So he gonna go to Colorado. Oh, he going to Colorado. There's a lot of black athletes. And matter of fact, he's going to be able to recruit way more people now than he could at the black college. That should be continuing that legacy of excellence. See, this is what I'm saying. Or he shouldn't have left. Yes, he should have left. He did it. He left an easy, clear blueprint. He changed the landscape of things. What he supposed to stay there? What? I just don't like him putting the God thing in there, because then I realized that, yo, all right, dog, like, okay, the money was there. It was about the bread. It was about you wanting to be able to, make some, you want to be an NFL coach, dog. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. I just rather him that came out and said it. He did like building blocks, right? Okay. Back to the mind, back to the brain.
Well, let me say this though, and this is one of the problems that we have. Because of the pushback, he knows if he puts God in front of it, 90% of the people are going to ease up.
That's
right.
Oh,
God told him. Oh, we can't argue with that. He spoke to God about it. Rappers say, kill your mama, my girlfriend's a bee, I'm going to shoot this brother, wins a Grammy, and says, thank you, God. Because once he put God in front of it, everybody's going to ease back. From the time you said, I'm the God killer, real black atheist, everyone around you went, huh? Well, I ain't going that far though. My mama said, my mama raised me. I don't know about that though. My mama, and they start talking about their mama real quick. Because in our community, we know how to use that God thing. It is a tool that nullifies the thinking mind. All I need to say is God made me do it, and it's over. And this is the hurdle we need to get over. That people don't have to hold on to that that crutch to prove or establish the decision. You'll be reading some posts that are so deep and profound, and then you reach to a point that they say, just like in the Bible says, and then I go, oh man, there you go again. So to establish your point, there is a necessity to refer to the Bible or make a biblical reference, or God has to be part of the equation. And that is when you see Deion Sanders come up with a statement like that, you know that is the reason why it is a buffer. It nullifies the thought process.
Yo, even the white man used God on us, man.
I want to ask one question, and I agree with you 100%. Said, matter of fact, peace to you, brother Rich and James. But one question: when is God gonna step up and stop these people from using Him and His name in vain? When is that going?
That ain't gonna happen, bro.
Question for Jeremiah Judah.
It's one of the questions I ask people who go to church all the time. First of all, you go to the building and God never shows up. You sing all the songs to God, but God has a choir up there that never sings to you. Why don't you ever put on the radio and hear, this is from God to my people. I love you folks. Like you never, this relationship is one-sided and abusive. God never, ever does anything. It always requires a human to get things done.
Hey, I got a question for AJ 3000. Is he still in there?
JJ 007?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. JJ 7000.
Yeah, something like 007.
JJ 400.
Nah,
he ran. Okay, because I just want to ask them, that we got a lot of Africanisms, in the community, because I'm from the Gullah. I'm a Gullah. You know what I mean? I'm from South Carolina, right? Edisto Island. And what I'm saying, we grew up saying things that like nanny goat, like a Wolof word. And nobody even told me, that's how we talk. So I was wondering, where are the Hebrewisms that they've learned just through growing up, like the words they use on a regular basis? I can never get that. I can never get it.
You ain't gonna never get it.
Can't get what they made up.
One word. You know what I mean? Right. There you go.
Yeah, you live in an interesting part of the country, down near the Beaufort.
You forgot the Barakatah.
Yeah, and Edisto Island, that's where I'm from. I'm from Edisto Island. It's in South Carolina, near Charleston.
Right.
But we say nanny goat, you know what I mean? My grandmother grew up saying Vex. She's never been to Jamaica.
Right.
We don't get vexed here. What do you mean? I don't get angry. I get vexed.
Right.
Yeah, she's never been to Jamaica, man. Never. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother. But, we say all these words, man, coming straight from Africa. That's through the culture, you know what I mean? The cultural continuity. And we held it on. So I'm saying the Hebrew Israelites, they've been always, Israelites, whatever.
Yeah.
Where's the language?
I visited. Did anyone see Rob Bond's presentation on cultural continuity and how we can make direct links to our aspects of the different tribes of Africans that came over here, and to contrast that, not one shred of anything that resembles a Hebrew Israelite. Now, we do have Black people practicing Judaism, but we know how that came about. But Hebrew Israelites, there is no evidence, there is no trace, there are no names, there is no cultural practices, nothing.
Made up.
Nothing. Made it up.
None. They can't even give me any Hebrews that fought in any kind of slave wars or anything. Like we got the Gullah Wars. know what I'm saying? My cousin lived right next door to Stone on Plantation. That's where they had this first. That's the start of the Gullah Wars, the Stone on Plantation revolt over there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a little festival on St. Helena's Island, around November, right? I visited that in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I like the culture, man. I like it.
Yeah, man. But I ain't seen no Hebrews.
Yeah, we walk through the valley of death. All right. Okay. So I think we're clear here that these names are names that the Hebrews and their mythology made up. They put that together, they put that package together, yo. And it is what it is, yo. So what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna act like that the biblical narrative in history actually applies to us. And so I do understand the need for speed. I do understand that human beings will make up anything and will make themselves a part of things that they feel like is fashionable at the time. So of course, like, why not just go straight to it? I get it. They went straight to it. Yeah, that's us. Everybody claims that though. That's us. When real history really shows you who you are in the world, it's not a problem. They know they came on ships. They just want to act like that there's some kind of force. So the force going to tell you that you're going, but the force won't stop it.
So there were other Hebrew scripts before the Septuagint, right?
For the Greek, yeah. Not the New Testament. The Old Testament, the New Testament is written in Greek. Kohan Greek.
So you know what is crazy? They are supposedly God's chosen people. The group of people that God is going to exalt above everyone else, which makes no sense if God created all people. But that in itself, at the same time, they claim to be in this specific condition because they are cursed. So the God that chose you cursed you, yet we must become or embrace this thing. It makes no sense to me. Why would I?
It's because of conquest. There is no question in my mind. It is a tool of conquest. To surrender, to surrender your soul. The altar calls are always to surrender. In Islam, it's to surrender too. Right? So it's all about giving yourself up for slavery.
No.
Yo, you just pick up a book, man.
I can imagine and understand people choosing to convert to a particular belief system, right? That's everyone's freedom to do. But to actually claim that you are these people that are written in this made up story to create a narrative about a specific group of people that broke off from another group of people is completely crazy when there is no way, with all the facts of reality that we have, that these people can be you. We are West Africans. These people, this story, this narrative is concentrated in the Middle East, Mesopotamia, Turkey, Greek, the Greek Isles, and a part of Africa, namely Egypt and Nubia-ish area. That's it. That's all they know. So how can West Central Africans be remotely or identify themselves with these characters based on a made-up stuff? There was no Ham, there was no Shem, there was no Japheth. And this is...
You know why they can do that? You know why they can do that? Because it's a cult, man. When your leader says something, just like Dr. Malachi York, I remember back in Atlanta. These dudes used to come around with the pamphlets, they believe in that shit wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? Even if you show them some exact information, they're like, nah. You know what I'm saying? And the guys who promoting it, it's just a recruitment thing, man.
Listen,
it's just recruiting. They're just recruiting. It's just recruitment, man. That's it. They see the real information out there. All this shit we've been talking for like months. And I guarantee you the people in there, I'm saying maybe 2 or 3 maybe actually got a book on Frank Cherry. or studied a little bit by themselves, but mostly they just look to the master for the words. Every damaged spirit seek to redefine itself. And we black people, we always, we've been doing that for a long time. These occult leaders, man, these guys got these, they can talk well, got the charisma, just like a pastor, yo. That's it. It's recruitment.
In freedom, you don't have to adhere to anyone's statute, laws, and commandments. But in slavery, you better obey master's statutes, laws, and commandments. This is all teacher, even how I think I mentioned before, even how they teach you how to pray on your knees, bow your head. It's a submissive position. Keep your hands where I can see them. Keep
your hands where I can see them. That was funny, yo.
I had a problem with that from time I was a kid. We grew up predominantly Catholic, but as I think about it, my parents were liberal Christians. So whatever church was convenient or close by, we went. But it never made no sense to me. And the one thing I could never do, I could never bring myself to do it even as a kid, get on my knees in the pews. Even as a kid, there was something in me that says, nah, I ain't going on my knees for no man. I just, that's.
Or, hey, or, what I'm saying, when you leave in church, everybody got to shake the pastor's hand. And as a kid, I'm like, why am I shaking this guy's hand, man? He's just like, he's a regular guy.
Nope.
But, like, you shake his hand and you're supposed to get like, oh, like, I don't know.
Yeah. I could not do that thing. Go on my knees. And in the Catholic church, they have this specific little bench that is designed to go on your knees. And I used to look at that like, nah, this is crazy. You want me on my knees. I could never understand that a God would want me to be that submissive.
And the music,
let's do it.
Church, I was making a point about the liturgy, the music, Garfield will be jealous if he heard that. Yeah, they get you with that.
James, we used to walk to church, right? And I used to ask my brother every time we would walk into church, yo, Ben, we going to a Roman Catholic church, but ain't the Romans that killed Jesus? How this makes sense, though? Like how we going to the church from the people that killed the man?
No, it's to normalize. It's like a threat. Jesus hanging from the cross is a threat. It's just how Vlad the Impaler used to do.
Oh, man.
Right? But I see it like differently than, maybe Unc. Unc sees it from that, corner level,
I used to always say this, always having Jesus on the cross or that cross is always a symbol for us. So you better behave yourself or you're next. Like, right. You see what happens? You see what happens if you don't submit? You end up like that too.
You gotta normalize losing your own son, your own children, giving your own children up to this. You must normalize it. That's what.
Look at this, James. Most parents, and myself included, we filter what we allow our children to see, know, hear, and think about, especially growing up, right? However, in the community, in the church business, as young as possible, they are taught that Jesus died for your sins on the cross. So the whole concept of dying, he goes on the cross, and 4 and 5 years old already know this explicitly, but it has been so normalized that we don't see how horrific and how graphic that whole experience is. Now, imagine if Jesus was decapitated by a guillotine. Now tell your child, right, Jesus died for you by being decapitated by a guillotine and his head rolled off. And, like we normalize this stuff and we feed it to our kids.
It's an indoctrination, and that's my bone to pick with the HBCUs too. I mean, kudos to the education. We need this, right? However, it's tied up with a lot of Jesus in them bad boys. You know, from Hampton, Howard, all the way down to Tuskegee.
And now Morris Brown.
No, we say it was a sound. And that sound have done my job. So let me ask you this.
You have some information on Morris Brown, Mr. Rich?
Yeah, I went to Morris Brown. Yo, we had a black ideology. We had African ideology over there.
Nice to hear.
You know what I mean? It was a little different. It was a little different because a slave started Morris Brown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And actually, that slave, Morris Brown, was in cahoots with Demont Vesey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they had the slave revolt in Charleston, he escaped. He escaped and went to Atlanta and built a school. So we had a African ideology over there. Like when different speakers came to talk at our school versus Clark or, you know what I mean, Georgia State, you know what I mean, they could talk freely. Because it was like, yo, it was a black thing over there.
Nice to hear, man. Yeah,
but, that's how we learn about, you know, that's what we learn about Shankin' Diop and all of those guys, man. I learned that shit a long time ago. So that's how I knew what Shefton was talking about. Basic understanding. We know that. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, let me stop real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop real quick, man. We got a cash app in, man. Gordon Hines, man. Appreciate you, man. Good looking out, man. Cash app at that. Appreciate that, man. That's good looking. Appreciate that, man. It's gonna go to
I'm gonna buy some more books.
Need that. He say the books. Yeah, we gotta keep the literature going, man. It's okay. You know, this is Sunday night. And so let's play a little clip, right? We talked about all this religion, and we're not letting no religion off the hook, right? Especially when it's misinformation. So let me play this clip real quick. All right. Man, where is that? Okay. Got it. Let me share the screen. Hey, man, we got a nice crowd in the building too, man. What we got in the building? Man, got 100. Hold on. Add 150,000 down to 127,000. That's okay. We're gonna play this clip. Here we go. Get the numbers back up. But the clip, we're clipping them. Clipping them. We're clipping them. That's what we're doing. We clipping the pseudo. So you know, if I talked about earlier on Sonetta University, right? And how if you hold out your arms, your left arm, right, is everything going from 2022, December the 5th now, back in that direction, will be critiqued on Sonetta University. Everything in that right hand going forward from 2022 to 2023 and beyond, right, will be information that's scientifically literate, that holds scientifically literate as the base. Shout out to Sonetta, right? Let's play this. Watch this.
Brother Allah, many people don't know that you are a musician. Talk to us about music in ancient Kemet and how important is music to us? Well, music, that's why I say in the first times, we don't say in the beginning because there's always a new beginning of each age. Right. But we say that there was a sound. Some say there was a word. No, we say it was a sound. And that sound echoed life throughout the cosmos.
So that's where we at, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pray one more time. See about the sound that permeates through the universe. Let's see.
It's a word. No, we say it was a sound.
So he said it was a word, it was a sound. He's actually piggybacking off the biblical narrative. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. All things came through him. He's doing that right in front of your face. Let's see. Let's see.
And that sound echoed like music to us. Well, music, that's why I say in the first times, we don't say in the beginning because there's always a new beginning of each age. Right. But we say that there was a sound. Some say there was a word. No, we say it was a sound.
So he's mixing New Age philosophy, right? When they say a new age, like the age of Pisces, the age of Aquarius, this
Mhm.
is the age of Aquarius, right? They was bringing in pseudoisms. This is the age of pseudo. They bringing in pseudoisms. Now watch
Mind
this.
you, in the vacuum of space, you're talking about sound.
Here we go.
Right.
Here we go.
And that sound echoed life throughout the cosmos.
Bringing in that Hinduism right there.
Music is very important to us because in the temples were the priests and priestesses were dancers. That's another thing people don't realize.
Okay, we're out of that frame. Quick critique. This is what we're faced with, ladies and gentlemen. There was no sound, right? That was at the beginning, the big knock it off. I just want that there's a certain language being used here that directly come from Europeans. Directly, the new age, all that nonsense.
That's pure
Okay?
pseudo bullshit.
This is what's permeating in the community, right? We're critiquing it. This is what it is. Anybody want to add something to that, yo?
That Om sound.
Be respectful to your damn elders too.
That Om sound thingy is a Hinduism and the chakra thingy. So what we're seeing indeed is the new age mixology, where we take a little bit of this, we take a little bit of that, we sprinkle a little Deepak Chopra on there, we hit them with a sophisticated psychobabble, and we come up with sounds being made at the beginning of the universe. In the vacuum of space, ladies and gentlemen, there is no sound. That's why I ask, in the beginning, God said, no, stop. Who did God say what to, and which language did he use? And how did that sound travel in the vacuum of space? So this is the pseudoisms we're talking about, right there. Remix of everything and put it on a silver platter for you.
Okay, I like to thank Jeremiah Judy. He made a donation. Think the black hole got him. He left a message. He said, go buy, he says, his message is, go buy a clue because your scholarship is garbage. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the donation.
Yo, his God is clueless.
Amen.
And at this point, if that's what they want us to think is valid for us, then there's something wrong with those people, yo. At this point, it's too much information out there for them to want to keep us trapped in an Iron Age time warp. Because that's what it is. It's an Iron Age time warp. That's exactly what it is. It's an Iron Age time warp. And I'm not afraid to tell them what it is.
What did he say the sound was the universe made up? What was the sound?
Crazy as hell, yo. I think there is some sound. There is some sound you can hear in space. They did an experiment. They heard some shit, but it wasn't that, dog.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
Yeah. So I'm looking for another clip. Go ahead, for further discussion. Go ahead. So what we at? I'm gonna come to the flat. I got a flat Earth clip right here. Yeah, we're having fun, right? We're clipping this on the way out the door. We're clipping them.
Flat Earth.
Yeah, watch this. It gets better. It gets better. So yeah, so I want to kind of summarize a little bit what we talk about, and I hope everybody kind of got that. Got daggone the point that was made about how imaginary friends amongst the kids is the same thing people apply to God. So when your kid have imaginary friends, we can have imaginary friends and call it God. The same way you can imagine talking to a person right now is the same way you can imagine talking with God. And I think that point needs to really be made. I think that's important, and it is what it is, so that we know this. Simple. It's not even confusion.
You know, there's something that I wanted to say the other day, and it's y'all hit at it, but y'all really didn't say it. It's this idea that this God that these people are pushing on us decided that these people decided that their idea of God was the idea of God that the whole world should take. And if the rest of the world don't take that God, then the ones who they didn't enslave, they annihilated. They wiped them out. So that whole idea of their God is like, you know, insane, because and they don't even see the insanity in their God whole concept, telling the rest of the world that whatever you guys had don't matter to me. You have to worship me. You know, when they got to America, they met these natives who didn't speak a lick of Spanish or whatever language they were speaking. And they read this Bible to them and told them, our God told us this. You know, now think about, and they did the same thing to Africans who didn't speak a lick of Spanish or French or Dutch or English. So their whole religion is racist as hell.
It is an anti-African book. When I say anti-African, meaning it was a treatise against Egyptian culture, which is an African culture. The Bible is a treatise against the gods and the worship of different animals and rivers and snakes and crocodiles and trees and birds and bees, Haru, the hawk, the goat, right? All that. It was a treatise against that. All right, simple. That it's not a. They wouldn't need to copy Egyptian cosmology, yo. They was in opposition of it.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make sense to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. They was in opposition of it.
Exactly.
All right. And so.
And did he say that the priests were dancers?
Yeah, it was
Just
funny.
like music. Just like music.
Y'all funny. Go ahead. Hey, where you at, Anthony?
Yo, I'm here.
Sleep. Wake up.
No, I'm here, dog. What you got?
Hey man, we was talking about the cosmos. We made a statement about the cosmos, about the own sound. Would that be the sound of the Big Bang? You talk to us.
Nah, I doubt it. not the sound that he was making, but you know. But on the real tip, though, when they did discover the cosmic microwave background, you know, it was a static. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know if it was a signal converted to sound, but when you hear it, it was a static. It was a uniform static in every direction that they pointed that radio telescope. But it wasn't the ohm sound. It wasn't that though.
All right, we ready for our next clip. All right. This is the coming of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. And they had the big bushes over the bell bottoms. This is the coming of the age of Aquarius. Yeah, you talk, man. About the mushrooms. They was on the mushrooms and found the white people and smoking the weed, yo. I'm telling you, dog. Yeah, we going in. So here we go.
Oh, not Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood Valentine. Respect our elders, though. We going, let's go.
Some facts with the ancestors as far as talking about flat earth. What is your understanding of
shit.
What do you think about that?
Son that got a serious face. How does he have a serious face with all that?
Talking about flat earth. What is your understanding on flat earth? What do you think about that?
Well, the flat earth is a misnomer. Flat earth is
limitation. That's more Bible. So it starts. But the flat plane is where we've been teaching from. The flat plane is endless. It's an infinite plane that we're on, and we're just sectioned off. There are many different sections, different what we call tones or ramifications of life in different sections. And our section over here, this one that we call Earth, is within its own cocoon. It has its own programming. We're sharing this particular prison planet, actually, at this point. This is a very, very hostile place. We've chosen to be here, and we're doing a lot of work to bring peace to this particular part of this existence. But flat Earth, that's something that I had put off because I didn't think people were ready for it. Yeah, so they're ready now. They're ready now. And hopefully, I was told by Preston Nichols, the dude who did the Montauk experiment, and they told me that when I was speak on that, not to, because too many of the astronomers at that point that was actually breaking the news began disappearing. So at the time I pulled off from that, it's continued.
Did I? It's me.
So what he told astronomers? Astronomers hold off on what?
The astronomers are scared of him.
Astronomers have to hold off on what?
Hold on. Let's ponder that. Don't say nothing yet. Talk with that man. Just
The astronomers scared of that.
Right.
He said the earth is not a flat, but we're on an infinite plane.
It's a prison planet. And it's a prison planet that we chose to be on.
We're not ready to deal with a flat earth. So what he explains is that we're on an infinite flat plane. Infinite. That is isolated in its
sectioned off.
It's sectioned off though.
Yeah, it's sectioned off in its own zone.
And it's a prison planet. And it's a prison planet. Don't forget that. And we chose to go to jail.
We on an infinite plane, yet isolated in our own cocoon on this prison planet. There you go.
Oh, you gotta smoke some good dope for that stuff.
Man. It show you how weak the mind is for you know what I'm saying, for people to believe this shit.
Man, that's some good crime.
Wait a minute, yo. Astronomers started disappearing.
Right.
When they look through their telescopes and don't talk about it, Phil. Because they're disappearing. You know what? Move forward because we don't want to disrespect them.
Well, I'm gonna talk about it because I ain't bound by nothing to nobody.
If you face Sanchez, I want you to be able to
you're gonna be there. No, you're gonna be there. It's not.
No. Just listen to this. Just be able to draw the elliptical orbit.
You gonna draw that? Come on, Anthony.
It's an elliptical orbit, right? So when you draw, and now you will ask them to draw whatever orbit does in the flat Earth theory. Does it have an orbit around the sun?
We're gonna get to that.
You see, when you ask them to do this, it will expose them.
They don't work with models. They don't work with models.
Y'all come Anthony. Anthony was in the room talking.
They don't work with.
He's our resident astronomer. Come on.
All right.
Go ahead, Anthony. Add to the discussion.
All I was gonna say was, speaking of the astronomers with the telescopes and all that, I ain't seen none of that he talking about. And as far as the Earth being flat, well, we talked about that. We gonna kill that. I mean, my finger is on the trigger, and my eyes in the scope. So I'm ready to pull the trigger, but you can't argue with a working model. You can't do that, and that's one thing they can't produce. And when you bring up working model, they're gonna show you a different model for every aspect of whatever they're talking about.
but you got to be able to do it all in one model. And that's one thing they will never, ever, ever be able to do. They'll never be able to show you a working model, ever.
Never, ever.
You know,
they might show you some drawings, you know, they'll show you some drawings and some little pictures, but it'll never be one that explains all the natural phenomenon that we experience here on this planet with a flat earth drawing. They'll never be able to do it.
Can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. James, you know what I found out, James, recently? That the wall, the wall that is holding in Antarctica is
the ice
4
wall.
feet high. The ice wall is 4 feet high. I found that out. That's for you to walk with.
That's a good one. Yeah, working model is something that can be done, because even what they have, they wouldn't be able to explain even a shadow.
Nope, nothing. They
Does Dr.
have
Killas,
this spotlight view, how they use the sun, and even using the sun in that spotlight fashion doesn't explain the illumination of half the world, because it just doesn't work. They can't show you the equinoxes with that. They can't provide you with the seasons. The model does. They don't have a model, James.
In flat Earth, there is no explanation for the maximum duration of insolation. There is no explanation for the angle of incidence. There's a whole lot of thing with our diurnal heating that they don't understand. Even the act of the sun diurnal heating the Earth proves the point. But I say this is ridiculous. My feeling is this ridiculous.
The distance that they put the sun means that the speed of light ain't the speed of light. You see, they don't understand the consequences of trying to play with reality. You move the sun any closer, you're telling us that the speed of light, that constant, falls apart. Gravity would fall. Based on a flat Earth model, for us to be stuck to the planet, everything would be pulled to the center, right, of the planet. So anytime you move away from the center of the planet, it would be harder and harder for us to make steps. So like when put the Earth flat, everybody in North America, for example, would have a hell of a time just moving because of the gravitational pull towards the center of the Earth. It makes
gravity doesn't exist.
Hey Cedric, I got
gravity
something
doesn't
simpler.
exist.
I got something simpler than that. If any one of you guys ever been on a boat, right, with the binoculars, and there's a boat in front of you, let's say they're about, maybe 400 meters in front of you, right? And they keep going and you just stand still and you look through the binoculars. Every time, you know what I mean? Time and time, they're going to get, like, you're going to see the bottom of the boat, and you're going to start seeing the head, and just the head far away, explaining, you know what I mean? How they say, if it was a flat Earth, you could see the whole boat.
You need to
Simple point just proves it.
You can't. That's the simplest way you could get it.
Right.
But yo, Rich, what they'll do is, okay, you started out with some binoculars. Okay, you can watch the boat go over the horizon, right, and you will see it disappear from the bottom up. You know what I'm saying? So they'll go get a telescope. You know what I'm saying? It'll say, you now look through the telescope. Now you can see the boat again. But what they don't do is to continue that view through that telescope, because I don't care what you get. Eventually, it's going over the horizon. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what kind of magnifier.
But the horizon. How do they explain the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn?
And they don't.
They don't, James,
They
But what
don't.
sources are they bringing for this, man? They bring any
They
sources? Did Dr. Feelgood
none.
bring any sources?
None. No, what they gonna do is tell you what the ancestors said, what the ancient people said. And you know, that's the only kind of source they can bring you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But I mean, you know, we way past it. I mean, even back then, those people knew that. I think it was, well, they give credit to the Greeks, but I think it was before them. That's just my personal opinion. But they understood that the world was round. I mean, you can't tell me how you gonna produce a calendar with a flat Earth model.
Exactly.
You can't do it.
You can't
Impossible.
do it.
Barakata did it.
And I'm beginning to believe, and this just my
You muted.
personal opinion.
All right, go ahead. Then we're gonna take the call, Anthony. Go ahead.
I'm beginning to believe, coming from my understanding, that sacred knowledge was the types of things we're talking about now. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, no, I ain't gonna say that. That's just people today acting silly. That's what it is.
New
Period.
age, that new age.
Yeah,
New age, man.
yeah. I ain't gonna, because you can't sit up here and tell me that all these different ancient civilizations around on this planet built all these different monuments to the sun, you know, that align with, you know, with the sun. The Aztecs, the Mayans, all of them did it. And they all had calendars. You can't tell me that they did not understand that this world was not flat. I ain't trying to hear, you know, but it is what it is. But we can prove that it's not. And that's a fact.
How about when the sun go down?
Hold
Where's
on
it
for a
go?
minute, Sadie.
Okay.
Hold on, Mr. Rich. Go ahead, DQ. What's on your mind? What's your alternative? What we talking about? What's good? Mr. DQ Hampton is in the building.
Hey, what's good, everybody? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Bob?
How you doing, brother? What's on your mind?
What's happening, my brother?
Man, I'm good. Just making it in from Florida. It's crazy. I was down there in Florida for 4 days. And I just was on the plane, and I asked one of the flight attendants, like, if they believe in flat Earth, and they looked at me crazy than a motherfucker. So anybody believe in it, bro, is out their damn mind.
DQ Hampton, what's good? How you been, brother? I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you at? You good? Funny.
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I'm back in Texas now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm back in Texas doing my thing.
Get your money. I ain't seen you working in a while. Oh, you took off for real.
Yes, sir. I had to go do some shows. I opened up for Jada Kids.
Okay.
Curse, Smoke Business.
Okay. All right. I feel you. All right, man. Make sure you support DQ, man. What's your page, man? Where they can get your music from, bro?
Hey, man, y'all go to Google, type in DQ Hampton. All my stuff gonna pop up, man.
All right, yeah,
DQ Hampton.
I'm definitely a fan.
I'm here.
I'm definitely a fan.
Appreciate
you. Yeah, we know that.
And I'm back. I'm falling back by the information.
All right.
My question.
Like he was crazy.
I gotta appreciate that. You're a brave man. You're in the plane and you ask the stewardess that shit. That's brave, man.
My question for the flat earthers that I be talking to is, how did the Earth wind up flat? Why, or are the other planets rectangular, you know, ovulars, triangle, or is Earth just special?
Yeah, you know, and if you understand how the basic components of gravity and how nature tends to form things in uniformity, that a circular sphere is one of the most natural shapes that form, like, it would defeat even going down this road. But the bigger thing is, how are we regressing? 2022, we're space age Africans, and we're having a conversation honestly about flat Earth.
Can I explain it to you? It's because of this word that I think people are overusing and they're just being exposed to. Esoteric, you know, it's the secret things that they think the secret hidden stuff is more important, has more weight than the things that we can actually see and attest to.
Again,
But you got to astral project. You got to astral project for that, right?
You know?
You can't get the esoteric knowledge in a book. You got to astral project.
You got to astral project.
Therein again lies a logical contradiction. Secret, hidden knowledge. We don't have a conversation. It's a secret, it's hidden, so it can be knowledge.
Well, I got a good one for y'all. I was telling Uncle them the other day, I had a discussion with a flat earther about a year ago. I mean, he was dug in. I couldn't move him. And, you know, and I brought up the fact that, you know, I got a telescope and I looked through, you know, I didn't have that big one at the time. This joker got so crazy, man, he had the audacity to tell me that it's somebody inside my telescope changing pictures. And that's how I see different stuff. That's how bad it got, man. Seriously. That is how bad it got. I mean, dude.
Yo, he said Dr. Phil was in there changing pictures.
It's somebody inside the telescope.
Did he say
changing
Dr.
pictures?
Phil was changing? Because
And
only
his
Dr.
comrades were saying, yeah. He right. That boy right.
Man, I swear, dude. And you know, I was done. You know, it's you know, at some point in time, you know, things get a little exhausting too. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? They got pictures and they turn them every time.
Wow.
Now you know how many objects. You know how many objects are in the night sky, and the amount that I got, it's over 200,000 objects programmed in that mount. So I can hit a button and it'll slew to, you know, if it's above the horizon at night. So I want to know how big that book is that dude got inside the telescope.
Man, and how is he changing those pictures like that?
This is what we're gonna do. That was so spectacular. We're gonna end with that, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, we didn't stream for 3 hours, one on Sarnetta University and two on the Pseudo Killas, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. Right, I want to take a look-see in the chat room, man. Make sure y'all get DQ's music. It's on Spotify, man, and all your major platforms, man. Yo, we fuck with who fuck with us. It was just that simple, yo. Ain't hard, real simple, real easy, yo. We practice scientific literacy around here, and we get in trouble when we try to go off and play experts. We're not gonna do that, man. Shout out to Mongo Sleep, man, moderator in the building. Shout out to Mayat Tuck, moderator in the building. Well, we gotta even it up. We need more sisters in here. Shout out to Miss Tiffany in the building. Shout out to who else we got on here? We got Jeremiah Judah, 4,000. Yeah, he lost 4,000. He was saved now. He's 4,000, lost 3,000.
Negative 7,000.
Judah Redemption. Okay. All right. Who we got?
A treat before you. I can share my screen before you leave and give you a little treat.
No, you will not. Shout out to
nice
Diamond. Diamond, shout out to you. Free Logic, shout out to you. Who else we got? Rastaman, shout out to you. Shaz, yeah, shout out to you. Who else we got? I can't. Trout. Thought. Is that Thought? Thought. Posterior Thought.
Mysterious thought?
I don't know. I've said it though. Mr. 707 V Logus, shout out to you, right? Ramen Bear, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that support us, man. And check this out, man. Look, man, you got to get that screenshot out there. Man, shout out to Sarnetta, man. For all y'all that doubted Sarnetta, for all y'all super smart niggas, right? That thought y'all was super smart and was like, don't support Sarnetta, yo. He bringing pseudos, you doing that, yo. Shut the hell up. You see where the man heart is. See, sometimes you gotta let things play out. At the end of the day, when it was time to pass a channel, what did he pass it to? He passed it to the real black atheist, God killer. This channel will be dedicated going in this direction, right? To make sure that all information and all those who are scientifically literate know that the cosmos and nature is far more spectacular than you can actually make up. See, we know that.
And no God had anything to do with it.
We know that. And stop cutting me off, bro. I'm in the middle of my closing. We can't let you get in. If I can't let him share the screen, we were going forever. But shout out to Sonetta. His other channel, Brother Reggie got it. He the underboss. So we can make a way now. We can make a headway in this thing, fighting against pseudoisms. So like Sonetta said, man, his job was to give the community a voice. And he's giving the community a voice. That's everybody, 8 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. Absolutely had a voice. And they will continue to have a voice. That's okay. Right? So when they stopping your voice, then that's a problem. But you can't yell fire in the goddamn movies neither. So all that anti-vaccine talk, nah. That was bananas and very dangerous to our community. We had a powerful show. Go back, check out the show on different platforms, Real Black Atheists. We got the podcast, right? Spotify, I believe. Go on there, check them out. Apple Music, go on there. It's there. Shows me on there. Shout out to Van, shout out to all the pseudo killers, right? And y'all know what it is, man. We had a powerful show. Had about 150 billion. We need to get this up to about 200, 250. We need a regular running total of 300 people. Man, like and subscribe. Tell your friends, man. Y'all know it is real cool over here, man. We're going to debate. We're going to argue. We're going to keep that thing respectful, though. Because in the end of the day, yo, we fighting against the pseudoisms, and the pseudoisms has broke through to the African-American community. And like a goddamn magnet, yo, they pulling us with them. We just got to be ready for it, yo. Appreciate everybody, man. We doing what we doing, man. We'll be back tomorrow, man. We got some real powerful shows lined up, man. Everything gonna be above board. Y'all know what it is, man. Whenever I put up a book, get the damn book, man. Y'all know what it is, man. With that, man, yo, we out, man. Pseudo killers on deck, man. Cedric and all the gang, man. Anthony, you know what it is. Sabio, Mr. Rich. You know what I'm saying? James Modest, man. Appreciate all y'all, man. Appreciate all the pseudo killers, man. I'm a Raw Squad Media. Smash Rockwell, like and subscribe to his channel. Real Black Atheist. I'm a Raw Squad Media. Sonetta University. House of Consciousness. Pseudo killers on deck. And guess what, y'all?